Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Dear Mr. Cleary, please keep me anonymous. I'm 19 and a computer programming major at my local community college with no debt. I just got back from a 2-week road trip across Deutschland with my dad. Since then, I've realized that it seems no one understands that we are going to die someday. That is true. Very few people understand that. So could you make a video about how short life is and what's most important? Also, I will use your Amazon program for all future purchases. All right, so how life is short. Life is short because it's finite. And it doesn't matter if you live 1,000 years or 10 years. The fact it's finite means it's infinitesimally short because time continues to go on forever. And I know that now that I've gotten older and I have less days in front of me than I do behind me, it's kind of dark and sad and depressing, especially when you try to capitalize on it and there ain't nobody realizing them, like no one realizes that they're going to die too. And so nobody does anything fun and they just sit on their ass and they let their days tick away like sands through the sand hourglass. Life is short, and if you start sitting and thinking about this, is like how I like to tell people that they're a percent dead. So when you millennials are like 25, you find, oh, I don't know, oh my God, what should I do? And I say, well, you're a third dead. What do you want to do? Because you only got 2/3 of your life left, and that starts to put things in perspective because. I think what really got me was when all of a sudden I realized I was as old as my old man when he had me, and then I'm like, oh wait, so I've been alive as long as he's been alive to get to that age, and so by that same amount of time I'll be that old, and then you're staring death at, you're looking at it right in the face. So life is incredibly short, and I strongly recommend anybody, if you have the time, to really ponder how much time has passed and think about how many more multiples of time you got, and then realize, oh shit, I only got 3 more of those lives that I've already lived. Or I don't even have 1 more of the lives I've currently lived. I got like maybe 80% of the life that I lived before. What's most important in life? I've said it a million times before, it's other human beings. Ferraris, fancy cell phones, video games, motorcycles, they're all fun. But they too are finite, and they cannot interact with you. A human is the only thing that is literally limitless in its ability to think, create, innovate, and be different every time. And its ability to interact and spar with you. That's why I'm always about putting humans number one. That's why I always value conversation. That's why the number one thing I consume for entertainment is podcasts, because it's not really a conversation. Because conversation is very impossible to have nowadays. You either have to do it online, which is somewhat impersonal, but still suffices at time. Or you got to do it in person, which is increasingly impossible because nobody realizes they're going to die. I think, let me add this before I make another point. I think another reason why people don't realize that life is short and that they are going to die is that they are so busy working and just trying to survive and get above Maslow's hierarchy of needs that they never look up. They don't. They are ignorantly blissful. I see a lot of my nieces and nephews' parents. They're so busy raising the nieces and nephews, they don't have time to think about church or the afterlife. They don't have time to think about philosophy and what happened before and are they going to die and are they spending their time the best way. They're just like racing from one place to the other. Oh, little poopsie, she pooped her pants. Oh, I got to change. Oh, now she's crying. She cut herself. Oh, now we got to make their no. And then the kids got to go to bed. You know what? Parents don't stay up. They go right to bed like that too. They never give their brains time to contemplate the finiteness of their life, how short life is, and what's most important in life. And so, yeah, it's humans. And now, maybe by design, though unintentionally, you do spend your time with people that matter the most, and that would be your family. But I don't know if you really appreciate them. This is where I think divorce comes in. Most parents don't really love their kids, I'll be honest with you. Most of them don't. That's why they're shipping you off to daycare and pursuing careers. And, divorce is just, it's good for the kids because we're just young. So, yeah, what's most important in life is other human beings. And, that's what I was going to say. And that's why I consume podcasts, because at least you get to hear other people talk. You get to have their insights. I can see why people read books even, but reading takes time, and you got to sit still. And life is too short for that. I'm not giving that up. I get a lot of guff from people. They're not assaulted. They're insulted that as an author I don't read. I'm like, why would I read? Who has time for that? This is why I put all my books in an audiobook, so you don't have to sit there and waste your time reading one of my books. You can listen to it while you're working out, hiking, even having sex, which would be a cool. Having sex, listening to one of my books while eating a chocolate sundae ice cream. That's living life, my friend. That's a wise use of your time. But very few people realize that they got to pack it in. Also, I will use your Amazon program for all future purchases. Awesome! Thank you. All right, Zach, I'll send you the link. You guys got questions. Cappy's got answers. AssholeConsulting.com. We'll see you all later. Toodles.